It's a tale about decision-making, forgiveness, and friendship. And the author, Jodie Campbell, is here to tell us all about it. Welcome to Now in the Natty. So if you could, tell us about your journey as an author.
Yes, it started many, many years ago. I have 2 grown daughters and 2 granddaughters.
Okay.
But when my daughters were young, I went through this period writing all kinds of stories and fun little poems and things, and they remembered this one the best.
Oh my gosh.
Several years ago, they came across the manuscript in my closet, and they're like, "Mom, there was a zookeeper." They're like, "You have to make this into a children's book." And I was like, "It's time.
Okay.
It's time." I always wanted to, but 20 years ago, you couldn't do that.
I think it's amazing how life sometimes throws it at you when when you thought it was time then, but it wasn't, and, now it's time.
Absolutely.
So again, the latest book is here. Tell us one more time the title.
It's called There Was a Zookeeper.
Okay, and we mentioned it's about friendship and forgiveness. What's it all about?
And the message is very subtle.
Okay.
It's very subtle, and it can apply to kids of all ages. So even before they can read, they can look at the bright, vibrant colors. That's what I wanted, and the cute little characters. And then as they get a little bit older, the reading's on a level probably up through 2nd grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. It is really colorful. It's cute too. Just looking at it, all the little animals and things. I know my 7-year-old daughter would think this is fun. The one thing that I was loving about it before you got here was that sometimes as a mom, you get a children's book, and it's 99 pages long before bedtime, and you're like, there's no way I can't get through this. I love what this does is it's got the shorter pieces on the pages, which allows you to actually get through the story and talk about it.
And it has a little rhyme to it. And I am hearing that children love that. And I know children now that can recite the whole book because it's kind of in a rhyming setting, and it applies to any child.
I love that. I want to talk about your illustrator, how you found your illustrator, kind of a fun story.
My illustrator's name is Alexei Sistikov, and he lives in Kyiv, Ukraine.
Okay.
And the biggest part of a children's book is the illustration.
Oh, yes.
That's what draws kids in. Yeah. That's what kind of sells your book. And I thought, I've got to find the right illustrator. So there's a website. It's an international freelance everything.
Okay.
You go in there and freelance anything you need. And I typed in children's books, and there was all of these illustrations and all of these authors actually, and illustrators. And I kept going back to his. He had a great portfolio and everything.
He did things.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
and
that.
I thought, but there's a lot of scammers out there. You got to be careful.
You do. Yeah.
So I actually looked his name up on Amazon. There was already like 6 or 7 books with his name to them, and I called one of the authors. And I said, "What's it like working with this young man?" And she said, "He's wonderful."
How amazing. So you've never probably met in person?
No. Well, there's a whole story. I'll try to keep it short, though. But anyway, so I contacted him, and we started working through this website. But he lives in Kyiv.
Okay.
And he was missing some deadlines.
Oh.
And there's a lot going on over there at the time this was being produced, and still today.
Yeah.
And finally, I told him, because I didn't know his information, and he didn't know mine. It was all through this website. And I told him, I said, "If you want, we'll bypass the website. I'll give you my information. I trust you. I've been working with you for 6 weeks now."
Yeah.
And we did, and just started working on it. You know, aside from that website, I took all the deadlines off the table.
How wonderful of you.
He couldn't always meet all the deadlines for what's going on over there. And now the book is finished, and it's just a beautiful thing.
It is.
And we're still friends today.
And you guys, I don't want to make sure we don't run out of time, but you would send sketches. He would kind of send sketches back.
I would send a sketch of what I was thinking, and he would sketch it in his own way, and it was beautiful. Once I approved it, he added the color.
Yeah.
And then,
that makes it come to life. You see those photos, you see the words, kind of like you mentioned on your closet shelf, and then you see the pictures come together, and it's just so cute.
He brought it. It was all up here all along, but he just brought it to life in my book, and I'm just thrilled to death with it.
Well, I want to make sure people know exactly where to get it.
Okay. I have a website, which is jodie-campbell.com.
Okay.
And that just kind of follows my journey, and I have all kinds of things going on. You can go there and read all about the book and the journey and all kinds of exciting things that we have going on. I also have a Facebook author page, which is just Jodie Campbell Author.
All right.
And that has a lot of things on it too. And I have a little classroom sponsorship right now.
How nice.
It's called Zookeeper in a Box.
Okay.
So any business, if they would like to sponsor a classroom, every child in the classroom gets a book.
I love this.
They get worksheets that go along with the book, and they get a little video of me introducing the book.
How special. And thank you
So
for
that's on the
introducing
website,
it
too.
on the show today.
It's called Zookeeper in a Box.
How
so check
fun.
It out.
You'll definitely want to check this one out. We appreciate having you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jodie.
I appreciate it.